he dialed in, and the fact that he has girls and he's looking for different ways to empower, encourage, and support them. Like I'm just overjoyed. I love that.
I know. I think it's pretty awesome. We've had a couple guys call in now, and I think that that's great. It's really nice to have.
Oh my God!
Right? It is. I mean, this. There's women and men wouldn't be anywhere without each other. So it's nice to have people that can call in and actually care enough to be part of these conversations with us. So thank you, Craig.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
Corinne. Oh, sorry, Corinne. You're going to be the next one to tell me. I want to know, between looking at yourself as a whole, what do you think that means? And do you think that you can categorize yourself in just one category, or does your whole mean a whole lot more than that?
No, I think I'm a whole lot more than that. I definitely think that everyone is complicated, and I definitely think that I'm a complicated person. I think that it's more important to be a beautiful person opposed to being like attractive person, or like, because I strive to be a beautiful person. So when I say that, I strive to do what's right. I try to treat people the way that I want to be treated, and I try to, be kind to everyone.
That's awesome. We all, we really do all. I know I say it a lot, and I'm going to keep repeating it because we really need to be better to each other.
Exactly.
All right. The next one is one that we talk about all the time. Of course, number 5 is surround yourself with positive people. We probably don't have to fit in on too much on that because we talk about it pretty much every day that we're on here. Number 6 is important, though. Shutting down negative voices and thoughts in your own head and others' mouths.
Mm-hmm.
So, Destiny, what do you think about that? How do you, if you hear something, like I know I've personally overheard people talking crap about me before, and when your stomach sinks and you just feel awful about yourself, how do you shut down those thoughts? What do you do?
So, I'll just sing. I'll just put on a good song and sing, and whoever doesn't like it, well, then they can keep all they want, because I'll blast my head off.
See, for me, I literally, I'm going to be honest, I'll probably overanalyze, overthink, and do that for quite some time, maybe lose some sleep, and then after that, I've just move past it. I give it some time, I grieve it, and then I have to move on. I'm just too much of an anxiety-ridden person to not address it at all. So I got to be crazy about it a little bit before I let it go.
Yeah, me too, just a little.
Hey, Corinne, what do you do to get those negative thoughts out of your head and clear your mind?
Other than vodka, I guess just like reassuring myself that it's the opposite of whatever negative thought that I may be having at the time.
Did you say other than vodka?
Yes.
That's what I thought you said. Okay. So you make sure you have orange juice and cranberry at the house, and then you just tell them.
Yes,
to
those
get
are
out
great mixers. Pineapple juice.
Yep. The sweetness, of course. So, hey, Tawanda, the next point that they made was that wearing comfortable clothes that help you feel good about yourself will make a big difference in your self-image and your self-esteem. So what do you think about that? I personally feel like some people do, like I know I had this issue after I said when I was 242 pounds after I was pregnant with my daughter, and I would wear clothes that were way too big for me, and they were baggy because I was so worried about my roles. And I just remember being out in public and being so embarrassed about that. And it was an awful feeling, So what do you think? What's your ideas on that?
Well, that definitely makes sense. I'm just a different type of breed of a person, and when I gained weight and I realized it wasn't really going anywhere, I just became a nudist because I said, hey, if I can look in the mirror and be okay with me, then I'll be okay. I remember going, and I'm just being honest, because I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to cover up because I don't like clothes already. So I started going places. I know I would go like to the beach, for example, and I'd be covered up, and I have friends. They're like, "Oh, girl, let it hang out," and blah blah blah. And I was like, no. And then one day, I think I might have had that. Well, probably not cranberry and whatever friend was drinking, but I probably got something to kind of get me together. I'm like, you know what? Whatever, because hey, I got to live with me, and that's what I did. I just started wearing less and being comfortable in my own skin. That's why I always ask people about the show called Dating Naked. And guess what? Everybody can do this. Everybody shouldn't do this. I'm just talking about for me because I'm very free-spirited,
Right.
and I like to live in my
Yeah.
truth, and I like to be who I am and be confident and be comfortable, and less is better.
Okay, very nice. I like I said, I wear tank tops and shorts everywhere I go. Living in Phoenix, it's pretty freaking hot here. So, yeah, less is better here too. So we have a couple more here. Number 8 is to become a critical viewer of social and media messages. So, hey, Craig, what do you think do you ever think when you're watching TV and you're seeing these women out in the media like the Kardashians and whoever else out there that your daughters might be looking up to or wanting to be like, how do you deal with that? Do you allow them to but try to talk to them?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked that because that's a very important thing that you're bringing up, and I just want to bring some attention to area that is in direct line with what you're talking about. And this thing that you're talking about is when a baby's born, right? You get to put your love into that child, and then you get from 0 to like maybe 7 years old, right? They're like a pile of wet cement, They're like you can put everything you want that child to know in there, but then it gets a little hardness to it, you know what I mean? And so what's happening is that you have to teach your child the difference between what's right and wrong, because you know that your child's going to be an adult someday and be responsible for its own actions. So you don't want to teach your child conflicting lessons by saying one thing and doing another, because then when that child becomes responsible for its action, life's going to come at it and it's going to beat that child up. So you'll have those kind of issues if you're not careful about how you do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good. I'm so glad I picked that question for you then.
Well, thank you.
The last 2 we got to talk about is number 9. Do something nice for yourself. Simple things like taking a nap, taking a bubble bath, reading a book, getting that special coffee that you like, even though you can't afford it or you shouldn't buy it. It's important that we do something nice for ourselves because we deal with a lot of bullshit in some days, don't we, ladies and gent? Especially with everything going on these days. And if we forget to treat ourselves, it's very easy to get stuck in this rut and just feel worse and worse about yourself. Like, nothing worse than when I looked in the mirror this morning and my eyebrows had gotten out of control. And I was like, how did this even happen? So the last one is use your time and energy not worrying about food, calories, and help others. So when you're caught up in some nonsense and you're feeling shitty about yourself, they say the best thing to do is go out and help someone else. So if you're, go and volunteer at a homeless shelter, because I can guarantee you one of my lowest times of self-esteem was when I was homeless, and people didn't look at you very nicely no matter how cute you are, and so go out there and check out the other way some people are living, and it might give you a little bit of humility to realize that your life isn't that bad. There's usually someone who's going through something worse at every given moment, But it's important for us to remember that we have everything we need in each moment, because I'm alive and I'm here and I'm healthy right now, and that's everything I need in all reality. So we only have a few minutes left, you guys. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to share before we wrap it up tonight?
Definitely like to. This is Tawanda. I love to quickly comment. You're right. I have dedicated my life to service and helping others, and it always reminds you and keeps you humble. There's a song that I love that Life Jennings sings, and it says it could have been worse. And I always listen to it, and I remind myself, because no matter what you're going through in life, it could have been worse. And I got to say this really, really quickly. I work with people in prison, and I had a guy one time with a life sentence without parole, and he'll never get out. He'll die in prison. He can't even get his conviction overturned. And he said, people say, oh, man, you're in a bad situation. And he told me a story, and he said, you know, you think you're in a bad situation. He said he remember a guy that didn't have any shoes on. And he said, man, I don't have nothing. I don't even have shoes on. And then he eventually ran to a guy that had no feet. He said, well, at least I didn't have shoes, but I got feet. Someone can always be worse.
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to say something. I got 17 years behind those walls, those gray prison walls. You know, I spent 17 years incarcerated, you know. And so I have an understanding of what that's like. You know,
oh, wow.
And all that. Yeah. So it's been a rough road.
I'd love for you to share your story. Dial back in so I can get your information. I'd love for you to share your story.
Well, you got my
That
number
like,
here. Just go ahead and jot it. You can write it down.
I don't have your number. Can somebody get his number?
Well,
I got it, Tawanda.
okay.
Okay. Thank you.
That's my direct line. So if you want to call me directly, that'd be fine.
Absolutely. I'll shoot you a text so you can have my number. Absolutely. I'd love to hear your story and share it with our members and family.
It's pretty great because we do have some live shows coming up, and we have a lot of really great topics, and a lot of them have to do with things like felonies and living past your past and the traumatic things we've been through and how we change our lives and move on from that and don't allow people to judge us anymore, right?
It's look at the rehabilitation is an art form that I love and I enjoy doing it. So I'm more than happy to be a part of something that's positive. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for calling in tonight. Tonight was a really good talk, and I'm so appreciative every time you guys call in and spend some time with me. Tomorrow we're going to be back. Kareen will be hosting, and she's actually going to be talking about the importance of self-esteem. So it's going to be a little bit of an extension of a little bit of what we talked about. So please call back in and support Kareen tomorrow night. Don't forget that we're here Sunday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I will be back hosting Sunday. I can't wait to see you guys, hear you guys. Have a peaceful, prosperous night, my friends.
Same to you, my sister.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to yet another episode of The Real Girlfriends Across America. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're here Sunday through Thursday at 9 p.m. EDT time or 6 p.m. PDT time. Make sure you tune in on all of our platforms, and that's anywhere where podcasts are being played. Make sure you visit us at www.realgirlfriend.org or on Instagram at realgirlfriend7, that's the number 7, Twitter at realgirlfriend7, or on our Facebook page at Real Girlfriends Across America. We can't wait to chat with you next. And until next time, have a great and awesome day.
You too. Good night.
Good night.